We have news out of Yellowstone National Park where the park superintendent, Cam Shawley, is calling on everyone from environmental groups to state officials to work together to come up with a new bison management plan. As MTN's John Shearer reports, park leaders say it's time to apply new science to an old plan.
Shawley says Yellowstone and the land around it is a lot different now than when the current bison plans were developed in 2000.
We've learned a lot over the last 20 years. There's been a lot more science done. We've studied brucellosis more.
Brucellosis is a disease that can cause cattle to abort fetuses. Fear that bison might spread it to cattle has guided bison management for 22 years. Now, biologists say that fear may be misplaced.
The original plan in 2000 assumed that bison would be the primary risk to transmitting brucellosis to cattle. And since then, the national academies have found that it's certainly elk is a much greater risk.
Because of the brucellosis fear, the bison herd has been kept between 3,500 and 5,000 animals through hunting, shipping bison to Native American tribes, and sending the animals to slaughter.
Under any alternative, we'd like to get away from as much shipment to slaughter as possible.
Shawley says a range of alternatives includes having bison move into more parts of the park and onto so-called tolerance zones on national forest land outside the park. He says as many as 10,000 bison could live in or near the park. Their numbers would be controlled by hunting and by sending disease-free animals to tribal nations. That program is currently shipping up to 100 disease-free bison a year, but Shawley says that number will soon double. He says he knows people on all sides of bison management feel strongly about the issue.
But I do ask that you try to understand as many dynamics as you possibly can, even if you disagree with those.
A draft plan is due this fall. After that, more public comment will be taken. Then a final plan is scheduled to be presented in the fall of 2023. John Shearer, MTN News.
Thank you so much, John. He also tells us the deadline for public comment on bison management is February 28th.